Are you looking for a side hustle? Are you considering leaning on your writing skills to bring in a bit of extra cashola? Well, that's good because today I'm here to tell you about an exciting new freelancing opportunity. You can go to tattoo parlors and set up a little desk and put a little placard that says skin poet proofreader for hire. And so anyone who is in a tattoo parlor and they're considering getting some type of wordage on their body, you can be like, hey, just for a fixed fee, or maybe you could charge them $15 per word or something. I don't know. You can maybe like help kick the tires on the idea a little bit before they put ink to skin, if you catch my drift. Because yeah, there's some pretty fucking rubbish skin poetry out there. And maybe it just needed to be punched up a little. Or maybe a few extra ideas needed to be thrown into the mix before it got put on the flesh. I often think about the phrase writing is easy, rewriting is tough when it comes to skin poetry. And in a nutshell, that's why I'd never get a tattoo with a message or words on my body. That's one reason, because it's kind of like, yeah, your first draft, the main thing is just to get it down. And then from there, you work on it and punch it up, try and make it good. You don't really get an opportunity to do that with your skin. I guess maybe like each year you could add a word to it. You could just have like one long run on sentence is your life's work. You have like each year you have like 12 months to chew on what your next word's going to be. I bet someone's already done that. I bet that's probably happening. But there's a bunch of people doing a YouTube series about it. It's kind of like the Richard Linklater Boyhood idea, but it's just like it's the one word tattoo idea. It's going to win an Oscar in 2093. But anyway, that's one reason. I just feel like also words very contextual, things that are words that were cool, um words that were cool 20 years ago no longer cool. I bet some people wrote that shit's that shit's retarded or something. Like sometimes you see people with like Simpsons characters tattoos and then they have like speech bubbles or like weird my idea for a tattoo for a while was to get like a bunch of fucking extreme hipster concept of like bunch of like little animals, like little basically a teddy bear's picnic, but instead of like eating cupcakes and drinking cups of tea, they're just like smoking joints, man, and drinking PBRs. That was my looking back pretty hacky idea for a tattoo. Sometimes people have like speech bubbles and those type of like cutesy cartoony and the little characters are saying shit to each other. So yeah, 20 years ago probably would have been perfectly acceptable to be like, damn man, this joint's retarded. Or like, yeah, and it would was some weird in joke. And then now it's like, all right, now you that's problematic now. So just contextually things can change. When people like use biblical or kind of like old texts and then like someone else hijacks it. Remember when ISIS took off and every fucking health and beauty spa was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Have you noticed that? How many fucking ISIS health and beauty spas there are everywhere? I bet there's a bunch of ISIS tats that needed to get removed when that shit was kicking off. I bet there was some ISILs. Remember ISIL? That was the lesser known version of the same shit. It was confusing. Wasn't there another name like they had branding issues? They needed to have a singular. They needed to have a chat about right, like what are we doing here? ISIS was the one that most people went with, but yeah, shit goes out of fashion. You got to get stuff removed. I would, if I was doing that job, if I was proofreading for skin poets, I would just be trying to talk people out of it. I'd be like, this is not a good idea. Let's try and get us. Let's use a symbol to try. Symbols are going to be more timeless than fucking words. Jesus Christ, like, and then some people, it's just extreme obvious shit where they have like names, or there was this football player for the West Coast Eagles who had uh his date of birth on there. Not I think just the year he was born. It's like, dude, do you have concussion issues? Like, why? Even your kids and stuff like that. Yeah, I know it's a nice thing, but like, just remember the fucking name. Jot it down elsewhere. You don't need it on the skin. I think it's offensive, the skin poetry, because it's like, why are you using your skin to tell me a message? It makes you question the message and the person immediately. Or just like when you see something, you're like, all right, why do you have that on your arm? What happened to you that made you need that? And they kind of like, it's almost like a lot of skin poetry is like leading a horse to water. It's like, if I get this, then people will think I'm a real deep motherfucker and I've gone through some shit, and that'll change how they think of me. Whereas I'm playing fucking 5D chess, bitch. I'm one step ahead of you. Could also be quite embarrassing as well. Like, you see sometimes people have not all those who wander are lost tattoos. What if your Google Maps offline version doesn't work and you get fucking lost? Now are you wondering, or are you fucking lost? Are you going to consult your tattoo to be like, deep breaths? We've been here before, babe. Let's just reconsider where we are in this moment. It's like you're in fucking Cairo. You're trying to find the taxi cab who's going to take you to the big pyramid, and there are a bunch of strange men looking at you real weird. You're getting fucking Taken 2008 starring Liam Neeson vibes, and you're not Liam. Um, yeah. So I think you're just opening. If you're unaware, if you are a skin, you do have a bit of skin poetry in, yeah, and you've been walking around in the world and you've had people complimenting you and blah blah blah. I hope maybe consider this a PSA that there are cunts like me out there who are judging you incessantly. And I guess just the more I see, the more I'm like, you know what? I can't do the tattoo removal myself. I'm not going to go through the training, but I need to find someone who's involved in that game. I need to fucking invest in one of those businesses, because this shit is not going to stop. The amount of words you can't fucking say anymore. For a start, that's great. And then that will expand more to imagery, starts getting weird. So fucking hell, I just need to, you know what? I'm going to stop this right now. I'm going to try and figure out how I can get involved in one of these games. If you are a tattoo removal expert, hit me up. Let's collab, because there's money to be made, folks. And yeah, what can I say? I'm a hustler.